Well, hello guys, welcome to the farm. We're going to be making a watermelon soap today. This is my tall watermelon soap. I'm actually going to be, this is what's in my 10-pound mold, but to give you an idea of the layers that we're going to do and how I figure that out, utilizing a 5-pound loaf. And you can also utilize this using the recipe that I did on how to make soap, a step-by-step video. I'll list that down below. You can use those measurements and do the same thing with that soap mold, that if you happen to have that one. But this is kind of what we're going for, and we top it off. I have some poppy seeds inside and some poppy seeds sprinkled on top. So we're going to do that. I've got everything pretty much mixed up, as in the sense of my oils and butters, my kaolin clay, my goat milk. I did the goat milk in oil method, which I'll link that video below as well. I have my lye solution to the right of me in the sink, and I'm gonna hold off on that because I want to show you kind of whatever soap mold you have, you can figure out how your design is going to be, especially if you're going to do anything like this or landscape. Is that going to be too close? No, I think that'll be actually really great. I like my bright gloves. Holy smokes, they are orange. All right, I just had my pencil and now I don't know what I did with it. If I think about my soap mold goes to here, it doesn't go all the way to the edge because there is a lip here. So I'm thinking about within this area. So I want to have my rind, and then I'm going to do a drop swirl, which is going to make kind of like those marks in the watermelon. And then I want to have a layer of that white part of the rind that you don't want to eat. You get a bellyache if you eat it. And then the rest is going to be that red or that rose clay. So I'm going to use green clay and a lighter green, less green clay to make it lighter, and I'll just drop it. I'll show you in there. I'm doing 10 pounds, so I'm going to be doing 2 loaves. I have to divide it, and then we'll do just a natural colored soap batter. I'm not going to add anything to it. This is a horrible drawing, isn't it? And then I'll use rose clay or French pink clay is what I'm going to do. I might not make it as red. I might do like a pink watermelon, or not as a dark red watermelon. But anyway, if you get the idea, this helps you kind of determine how much you're going to need. I think I'll need a pound, maybe a total of 3 pounds, 1.5 pounds of green for each loaf. One thing I need to do is measure out my watermelon, my natural watermelon fragrance. Okay, this is watery melon and freesia. It smells like if I could get a smell, kind of example of what this smells like, it's Hubba Bubba watermelon bubblegum. If like I grew up in the 70s and 80s, so that's what it smells like to me. Just reminiscent of that. All right, so I have my natural fragrance measured out. Now I'm not going to add that to the whole batter here. Even after I add the lye, I'm going to add it to each section because I need to make heart. I got my heart molds ready. I need to make, for a wholesale order, Virginia is for lovers. It's a heart. I do indigo powder and the heart with a pink clay line, and then just a normal, it looks like natural colored. And they call that Virginia's for lovers. And that's for the Virginia store downtown Fredericksburg. I have to make those heart molds before I can make the soap. Hence, I'm going to use some of the red batter or the pink watermelon flesh color without the fragrance to go in there, because the Virginia's Made for Lovers has a different scent to it. So this looks really good and mixed. So I'm going to go ahead and get the lye in here. I have green clay for about the 3 pounds that I'm going to use to make the green part of the rind, and then a little bit of green clay to make the drop swirl and color different in the rind. And then I have an empty one. I can pour some regular soap batter in for the top. I will be pausing and waiting, which y'all don't have to wait for that because I just turned the camera off, to let my layers thicken up before I pour the next one on, because I don't want the soap to drop through everything and ruin my design. I'm only going to mix to emulsion, and that just is basically mixing it to the point where everything is incorporated, but I don't want to mix it too much to where everything starts thickening up. I'll start doing that when it's individual colors. So let me get my lye. Okay, so here's my lye. So remember I did a goat milk in oil method. So this is 16 ounces of water, which my total recipe calls for 20. And so the other 4 I did with goat milk in the oil. And then we'll blend just to emulsion. And remember, I use a very reduced amount of liquid in the recipe. So I'm reducing my liquid. Typically it's on soap calc, it starts at 38% water to oil weight. I'm at 18. So do you see how quickly that got to working? And my temperatures for my oils and my lye was right about 82. I don't want to mess around anymore. I'm going to go ahead and get this poured in so we can do the dark green portion. So let's get that poured in. All right, I am going to weigh this out because I do want to write about 3 pounds. And I want to divide that 1.5 pounds for each loaf, and then I'll kind of guesstimate from there how that's doing. Now, once I get this measured out, is this I have left over? I didn't think of that. I'm just gonna add some uncolored soap batter to this, add a little bit more fragrance, and do my drop swirl. Okay, it's been probably about 15 minutes, and I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing with this, because I feel like I can't really pour it on there because I think it would go through. So I'm just doing a thin layer, just drizzling it on, and I'll do that with each of them, and then by that time I should be able to top it off with the rest. And I don't need this to be very thick because it's just the white rind part. I mean, really with the watermelon, you can do all kinds of fun things. It doesn't have to be, your watermelon could be purple if you wanted it to be. See, I'm getting to the point where I feel like I could pour, but I just want to make sure I'm keeping it from breaking through. It's not the end of the world either, but this is really fun. And I did put, I think I mentioned, I did put fragrance in here. Good layer, maybe like 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I'm going to get my red clay in without my fragrance, because I need to put the red soap batter into my hearts. So let's add the red clay into here. The French pink clay is what I'm adding into here. Then I'm going to pour some of it into those soap molds, and then I'll add my fragrance oil. And hopefully, timing wise, this will be done setting up. Right now under the light, it looks like a yellow green. This will get more of a creamy white color, maybe like an off-white color, but it won't be yellow. Check where we're at again. Still, and here's one of the ways, like again, I can check, is I just drizzle over top and see if it stays on top. I think we're gonna have to wait a little bit, and I'm fine with that. So patience Soap making will teach you patience, that's for sure, because I really struggled with that. So let me go ahead and add my poppy seeds. Poppy seeds give a nice gentle exfoliation, and we're just gonna add, I just do a kind of a sprinkle on top and mix them in. Let's see what that looks like. Start with a little bit and then work up. All right, add a little poppy seeds to go down the middle. I think that looks really fun. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Get you all in a little closer there for the cut, and hopefully we got our watermelon slices. All right, guys, well, welcome back. It turned out to be a really pretty pink. I actually really like that. I could have cleaned up the edges better, but I am pretty sloppy when it comes to making the soap. Sometimes I get a little sloppy, so I think this is gonna be pretty. This is the side. I'm also doing a video for my Instagram. Because it has the little poppy seeds on top, I'm going to turn it to its side. I'm missing, how many strings am I missing now? It's actually one string, but it's two strings, but it actually would be for 4. So I'm gonna bring this down and cut it, leaving a sample on the side, like that. And here we go, we're gonna see, there we go. I like it. It actually turned up like a watermelon rind, you know, like a cut of watermelon. Now this color will lighten a little bit and the other color will darken. It'll be that color that's on the outside. So let's put these down over here. Yeah. My colors are definitely lighter than my other soap, but I like that. I really do. Nice. All right, I need to, smells like watermelon. Hubba bubba bubble gum, actually. Watermelon bubble gum. Look at that. Oh, that's cute. I wish I could do that in here and make it look like seeds. I probably could have done some more passes. White or the other, like a light green color. I could have probably done a little bit more passes because I really got a literal drop swirl in there. You see that? But I think it's great. There's something about doing a watermelon soap. You really can't mess up. I mean, it's just, it's such a design that people are gonna go, oh my gosh, it looks like watermelon.
Truth be told, we're not slaying giants anymore. Our fates hurt itself.
I do like the pink. It's a nice subtle color. Your suds probably won't be the dark pink. There's a nice little, that's an heirloom. That's an heirloom of watermelon. Yeah, so these turned out really great. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out my soaps on the Pink Hippie Co, pinkhippieco.com, 30% off. These are not gonna be ready, but I do have about 6 watermelon soaps left, the tall ones with the brighter colors. They are left, and you can get 30% off your order. Every soap, actually, so every soap is 30% off. And I just packed an order that I got last night while I was making soap, and she saved $14, so that's really great. But be blessed, guys, and see you next time. Bye.